And good evening. It's so great to hear from you all. I'm so blessed that you're here watching this video. And don't mind everything, don't mind the background, don't mind where I am because, well, as it turns out, I am just getting back home. And I will explain that in just a second. But as you all know, I'm Nate. I am also the Wise Writer. You can find me on Twitter at Authentic Genuine Person, Facebook at The Wise Writer, Instagram at The Wise Writer, and yeah, basically on every social media platform. I'm also on IGTV. There will be an IGTV video, but it will be late, unfortunately. I'll just, explain what's going on later in that video. I'm just getting home, but bear with me as I record from home today. I was not able to make it to Bakers and Baristas, as you all know. I was supposed to be at Bakers and Baristas tonight, but something came up. So rather than give you all nothing, I decided to come give you something pretty amazing from home. And this time, I'll be able to talk for about 15 minutes max. Won't be capped at 5. I love you guys, by the way, if you're watching this and you are a part of Run or help in any way with Sunday Social. I love you guys. Thank you so much. It is my 1 year anniversary today. It was today, a year ago, back in October, that I upped the ante in my public figure life and decided to become a motivational traveling speaker. And it was really terrifying at first, but over time I got used to it. And I've been speaking at Bakers and Baristas for Sunday Social for the last year. And because of that, I was able to go speak at Woodstream back in July, my old church, and I spoke to their youth for a bit. And so thank you so much for rocking with me if you're here from the beginning, if you found me over the course of this year. Thank you so much for rocking with me. I appreciate your support. And year two starts now. There are things down the pipe that I can't mention because, well, pretty much you should know by now because I am big on keeping you guys informed. But anyway, let's get into it. I know I'm saying and all that stuff today. I normally don't do that, but it's getting late. My voice is a little crazy, and I haven't eaten anything. I took a sip just a couple minutes ago, but it's just been crazy. So bear with me. I am just getting back from school. I'll get to that in a second, but bear with me for just, the remainder of this video, and hopefully you can hear me. The audio quality should be better this time. And okay, cool, great. Let's get into it. So tonight, I'm going to talk about being a part of the right party. Yes, this is a political speech. No, I am not trying to have a war in the comment section. Please keep your comments civil. Do not start a war in the comment section. I have a brand. I'm a personality. I have a reputation to uphold, as you'll see later from what I've got going on later in the week. So it's vital that I keep everything professional. And so please don't start a war in the comment section with anything I say in this video or your own personal opinions, but have civil conversation where we can all agree to disagree and stuff like that. So, if you remember in Numbers 13 and 14 back in the Old Testament, the Israelites had a choice to make. They needed to figure out whether they were going to believe the spies' report or believe Joshua and Caleb. Because at that time, it was the promised land and it was brand new. They needed to check it out before they go in there. The spies came back saying one thing, and Joshua and Caleb came back saying another thing. So the people just decided, okay, we're going to believe the spies because their report's more credible. And that didn't work out for them because they ended up being in the wilderness for 40 years. Some of them died, and that was just a mess. So there's a lesson right there. Don't go against God. Anyway, that was back in the Old Testament. That's not likely to happen nowadays because of free will. But anyway, it's the same thing today. There's so many political parties saying one thing, saying another thing. And for those of us who are believers, and if my audience is mostly Christians anyway, I'm working on branching out to the non-believers, but my audience has been mostly believers, so I'm going to talk to them as if they're right there in front of me. So, believers, it's important and key that you figure out, these two things I'm going to mention tonight, because you have a choice to make as far as who you side with politically. Yes, we are all citizens of the New Jerusalem, and when Christ comes back, we will be there. But that's not the time yet. We're not there yet. So while we're here, it's basically important to know what's going on in society, in culture, and you gotta pick a side politically, um, based upon your own individual beliefs. So, with that being said, it does not matter whether you are a Democrat, Republican, whether you're on the left, the right, conservative, or a Christian conservative like myself, pro black, whether you're on the left, the right, it really doesn't matter. Because as a believer, your true allegiance is to Christ anyway. However, it's on you to figure out who you're going to back, who you're going to support, and rather than blocking out all the nonsense, even if you don't like politics, you still got to know what's going on. It's vital for being able to uh, act accordingly with civic duty as citizens of this world temporarily. So figure that out if you haven't already. If you have, great. Please don't announce in the comment section whether you're a political uh, guru or whether you are, what party you're with. Again, not trying to start a war. But I do want to raise awareness, so that's why I'm talking about this tonight. That brings me to the first point. What party are you backing? I'll give you a minute. Look inside yourself and answer that question. Don't answer it for me. Please don't answer that in the comment section. Keep it civil. But what party are you backing? For me, this is basically the party that I back, Christianity. I'm in the middle. My view is the Christian conservative viewpoint, and that basically means that I'm a believer who sees the entire world, including politics, through the lenses of Scripture. So I use Scripture to determine what's right and what's wrong, and based off of that, I formulate my thoughts on stuff. It doesn't mean that everything is black and white. It doesn't mean that I'm against people who practice certain things that I personally disagree with or that I'm against biblically. But that's basically what being a Christian conservative means to me. And again, rhetorical question for you to look into yourself for. Don't answer this for me. But what party are you backing? It's important to know that. Um, it's important to know where your allegiances lie. And that basically leads me into the last point I want to make, which is basically a statement, not so much a point, but you got to make sure that the party you back and the people you're following in the party line up with your beliefs, whether they're spiritual, biblical beliefs, or whether they're all practical and related to everyday life. They have to line up with what you believe. Otherwise, you're just contradicting yourself. So here's where the rest of my explanations come in. As you can see, I'm sporting my school gear. I love Liberty. Yeah, there's something back here. Um, Liberty Flames. We won our football game this weekend. Homecoming was amazing. I just got back. That's why I'm so tired. That's why I can barely get through this video, but bear with me. James Black traveled with me. Dude, thank you so much for everything. I appreciate you. And thank you for teaching me how to not just blend my faith with politics, but how to agree to disagree and still keep relationships with people even if we are not on the same page. Story time a little bit. Back when I was a freshman, about 6 years ago, I was new to the political landscape. That's when Obama was reapplying or rerunning for presidency, and I didn't really know anything about politics. Anything. I'm not lying. I'm not joking. I grew up in the church, and it's specifically in the black church where politics is not discussed at all. So when I went down to Liberty, I was a freshman. I came from a very churchy background. I didn't really know anything about politics, about the real world, nothing. All I knew was that I loved Jesus. So when I got to Liberty, everything changed. I learned how to not just grow in my faith, but I also learned how to blend my faith with everything. Basically, see the world through a biblical lens, including politics. So, that hopefully explains everything with the Christian conservative viewpoint that I hold and that I stand by. So, yeah, I love you guys, Liberty University. I'm excited to be a part of the community. Thank you for making me an alumni, even though I only went there for 1 year. Thank you for making me an alumni. I'm proud. I really appreciate you guys just loving on me and sharing the love with me, making me an alumni of this amazing university, which I'm proud to represent. Go Flames. And yeah, so I have my own thought process, guys. That's the whole point. I decided to develop my own thought process based off what I believed, based off the Bible. And again, not everything's black and white. There are some things that are gray areas. But for the most part, I support the Christian traditional viewpoints on things about the world at large, including politics. So, again, I'm willing to have conversation. I don't like to debate much. I'll have conversation. I'll tell you what I believe. I'll listen to what you believe. We can agree to disagree. Sometimes you have to disagree in part ways, and because um, you can't keep toxic people, toxic worldviews around you. But if you can make things work and continue to keep the bond of unity as much as humanly possible, as it says in Romans 12, keeping unity at the forefront, that's really key for believers. If you can do that, that's great, basically. You're basically showing the world that you are a Christ follower. Because if you can't get along with people that you disagree with, then how are you really going to have an impact on the world as a believer? Seriously, I'm not lying. So basically, yeah. Priscilla Schreier is a great example of this. She came out last week, I think it was this week actually. She came out this week and said she is not a black woman. Let me hide this stuff in the background so you don't see it. But she came out the cut, as I like to say, and told the world that she's not a black woman. Now, here's what she meant by that. She meant that she does not define herself as a black woman first and foremost. First and foremost, she is a Christ follower. Then she would probably say she's a mom, she's a wife, she has. Oh, wait, no, she's not married. I'm so sorry. But, basically, you know, yeah, like, she's a believer first. She's also a prominent speaker, and she has impacted so many lives, so many lives. Priscilla Schreier is up there where I want to be. I'm not there yet. I'm still working, but Priscilla Schreier is up there, along with one other lady that I'll mention in just a second. But she came out this week. I'm tired. But she came out and basically said that she is not a black woman first and foremost. What she did say was she supports what blacks go through. She is a black woman, and she does understand the plight of black people. But she wants people to know that Jesus is the first thing on her list as far as allegiances and what she believes and where she finds her hope and her identity in. I support that 1,000,000,000%. Because it's true. If you're a believer in Christ, you should automatically make Jesus the number one thing that defines you. Everything else, secondary. Plain and simple. That's an example of something black and white that I don't debate on regardless. So, yeah, that's the first part of it. The second part happens to be what I'm getting into this week. This week is the Young Black Leaders Summit. It starts on Thursday, and I will be engaging with conservatives from all over the United States, and I'm really excited about it because I'm going to take the Christian conservative view and Christianity and me and basically blend it with all the people that are coming from around the states to Washington, D.C. We are going to be with Candace Owens and Turning Point USA. Yes, I know, some people just got triggered by that, but here's why I'm going to that. This is my first time meeting a celebrity, an actual celebrity with a verified Twitter account. So I'm really excited about that. And Candace has been my business inspiration for the last couple months because, as you remember, Kanye blew her up when he said, "I like the way Candace Owens thinks." So, Candace was basically sitting in her room making YouTube videos, and then out of nowhere, Kanye blew her up. Business wise, that's fantastic for someone verified with the world basically following them to tweet you, and then you blow up, and now you're all over the place, all over the planet, doing something amazing. She's traveling 5, 6 days a week, I'm sure, speaking at schools, universities, going everywhere and changing people's lives. That's what I want to do. I want to do that for the rest of my life, basically. So why not go and network with the very person who's doing that, who can potentially offer me opportunities to join her and impact the world, where my Twitter account can be verified and I can have the whole world following me. The brand would blow up, and at that point, I would be on cloud nine and support myself with what I'm doing for a living, which is this. So yeah, in the coming days, which is really not too many days away now, I'll be there with you guys. So if there's anyone from the Young Black Leaders Summit watching this who has yet to meet me, I look forward to meeting you, Candace. I am really excited to meet you. Really excited to meet you. But just, I'm sorry, I'm saying filler words. I normally don't say that, but I'm tired. Okay, so basically, yeah, Candace and all the Turning Point people who are watching this, I'm excited to meet you, and I look forward to dialoguing and really just having civil conversation as we plot a course to change the world and uh, basically improve America. America's already amazing. America's the best place that I know and love. I can relate to Candace a lot in that I grew up in a diverse America. I just got back from Liberty. I have new friends. I connected with current friends and family in the Liberty community. I want to go back and live there, have a white picket fence dream. So, yeah, I love Liberty University and Lynchburg, and that's basically my heart, my life. Outside of obviously God, family, outside of all that, and church. Outside of all that is Liberty University. It's really near and dear to my heart. But Turning Point. That's Thursday, Young Black Leaders Summit. I'm excited to be there, excited to meet you guys. And again, if any of you guys watch this, I'm excited to meet you. If this gets to Candace, oh my goodness. Please make sure that you go to The Wise Writer on Facebook and Instagram, and that you follow me on Twitter at Authentic Genuine Person. That basically just means that I'm authentic, I'm genuine, I'm real, I don't sugarcoat things. And Twitter, please verify me as soon as possible so I can talk to verified people like Candace and Kanye and really vibe with them, because we really are going to change the world and God is going to be glorified. So yeah, that's basically the end. I know it was more than 15 minutes, actually turned out to be 18, 20, but that's actually what I wanted. I wanted something completely different. Not that the 5 minute mark is bad. And if you're watching this from Sunday Social, I love you guys. Thank you so much for helping me get out and be a traveling motivational speaker now, even though I'm not going, 5 different places 5 days a week yet. I'm still having to travel into DC and back to motivate people, so this counts. But I really appreciate you guys. Year 1 is done. Year 2 is coming. There are things down the pipeline I'm looking forward to. For those of you who have been with me since the beginning, thank you. I still have the blog. The blogs are coming out every month. There's only going to be 1 or 2. And then from there, I'll create speeches to take to Sunday Social. The next Sunday Social, let me look at this. The next Sunday Social will be on, what does that say? The 18th of November? Yes, there we go. The 18th of November is the third Sunday in November. That's when the next Sunday Social will be. And then, of course, there's the last one in December. I will be there physically in person to speak and deliver fresh new content for November and December. So look forward to that. Again, there will be IGTV videos. One's coming in just a couple minutes. But there will be IGTV videos, just motivation as we go throughout the week, coming in the coming days. And I really appreciate you guys listening and putting your comments out there civilly in the comment section. Please don't have a war. I'm not here for that. Again, follow all my social media pages. Even this one. This is a extension of my business pages, so I don't just get a chance to be me as me. I am also a creative on this page as well. So thank you so much again for listening and for just really tuning into what I had to say. I know some of you may have been triggered, but my whole point is this: be aware of what's going on. Don't shove it out. Don't act like it doesn't exist. Even if politics isn't your thing, which for a lot of people, politics is not their thing. But it's okay. As long as you know what's going on, know what's trending. Hashtag Twitter. Get on Twitter if you're not on there. It really helps me because I don't have time to sit down and watch the news. I don't have time to watch Fox 5 DC every night that I come home from work or every afternoon that I come home from work or two jobs. I don't have time to watch the news. Twitter's my news. So thank you, Twitter. Please verify me. But basically, pay attention to what's going on. Don't alienate yourself. Know what's going on around you so that you can be aware, so that you can be hip. And that's basically all I wanted to say through these 21 minutes. Thank you for listening. I know it was lengthy, but I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Hope you learned something. And I'll be back next month for November Sunday Social at Bakers and Baristas at 6:30 p.m. for Sunday Social. And I'm really excited. So in the coming days, months, if there are any speaking engagements that come up, I'll let you know promptly. But for now, look forward to the next Bakers and Baristas Sunday Social in November. And follow me on social media. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to go get settled in and get ready for this upcoming week. Thank you so much for listening. Look forward to what's coming in the future. And message me personally if you would like to talk about anything that I mentioned here. And look forward to hearing from you all in the coming days. God bless, and I am going to jet. Thank you so much. I look forward to the future.